Programming was supposed to be the last safe career. Learn to code, they said. Robots can't replace creativity, they promised. Well, someone forgot to tell that to the AI that just pulled in $400,000 fixing code on Upwork. So here's the deal. OpenAI created something called Freelancer, a benchmark with over 1,400 actual freelance software engineering tasks from Upwork. We're talking about real problems that companies paid real money to solve, bug fixes, feature implementations, the whole 9 yards. The total payout for all these tasks was $1 million. And guess what? Claude 3.5 Sonnet, one of the leading AI models, just earned $403,325 by successfully completing these tasks. That's over 40% of the entire benchmark. Let that sink in for a minute. And look, this isn't some made-up test. These are tasks from companies like Expensify, a $300 million public company traded on NASDAQ with 12 million users, the kind of work developers get paid to do every single day. The benchmark covers everything from little $50 bug fixes all the way up to complex $32,000 feature implementations. And what's fascinating is how these tasks were priced. Take this zip code validation issue, for example. The company initially offered $1,000 to fix it. Nobody could. They raised it to $2,000. 5 proposals came in, all rejected. They doubled it to $4,000. Still no solution. Finally, they bumped it to $8,000, and only then did someone solve it. That's how we know these prices are legitimate. They represent exactly what the market was willing to pay for these solutions. These are real companies paying real money. Let me break down how different AI models performed on this test to make money. Claude 3.5, Sonnet, $403,325, 40.3% of tasks completed. GPT-4o, $300,000, 30% of tasks completed. GPT-4o Mini, $380,000, 38% of tasks completed. When I first saw these numbers, I expected maybe a 10% completion rate by AI, so $100,000 tops. But 40%? That's way ahead of where I thought we'd be. And here's where it gets interesting. OpenAI has an unreleased model called GPT-4o3 that scores 71.7% on coding benchmarks. That's 42% better than Claude 3.5 Sonnet. If we extrapolate that improvement to this benchmark, it would potentially complete tasks worth $572,000. That's nearly 60% of all freelance coding tasks that could potentially be automated right now. Not only that, there's another angle to this that's equally mind-blowing. The research shows that giving these models more thinking time, basically more computing resources, significantly improves their performance, especially on harder, higher-paying tasks. Think about the economics here. If a company spends $100,000 on freelancers to complete these tasks, how much would it cost in API calls to have AI do the same work? Thousands, maybe? And for open source models you run locally? Probably just a couple $100 in electricity costs. We're talking about replacing $100,000 worth of human labor with something that costs less than a trip to Starbucks. That's not an exaggeration. Let's talk about how quickly we got here. Late 2023, OpenAI's models were roughly the millionth best coder in the world. September 2024, GPT-4o1 became the 10,000th best coder. January 2025, GPT-4o3 is now the 175th best coder. According to Codeforce's Sam Altman mentioned in an interview that they already have an internal model that's the 50th best coder in the world, and he's guessing they might have something near the top by the end of 2025. This isn't gradual improvement. This is a rocket ship, and it has serious implications. So are programmers doomed? Well, not entirely. At least not yet. The glass-half-full view is that these models still can't handle 60% of the tasks. The most complex engineering problems remain firmly in human territory, and someone needs to verify the AI's work, fix its mistakes, and guide it toward better solutions. But let's be honest, the trend line here is clear. The percentage of tasks that only humans can do is shrinking fast. Just a year ago, 100% of this work required humans. Now it's down to 60%. Soon it might be 40%, then 20%. And notice how tech leaders are changing their language. They're not just talking about benchmarks anymore. They're talking about job loss percentages and economic impact. Sam Altman, Dario Amodei, and others are discussing AI in terms of workforce automation. That's a significant shift in tone. As Amodei predicted, it won't be long before AI outperforms humans at almost everything. Look, I'm not saying you should abandon your programming career tomorrow, but we must smell the silicon. The skills that made programmers valuable yesterday are being automated at breakneck speed. The improvement curve is relentless across every domain we measure. So what do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for programming as a career, or will it evolve into something different? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching.